Hello, I'm Dango Rose. Welcome to the Mountaineer Podcast, where everybody's listening. The Mountaineer brings you the latest news of the Peak to Peak region, in print, online, through our podcast, social media, and special publications. Now, listen in to the latest news of the area with our local journalists.
Hello, my name is Jamie Lammers, and welcome to the Mountaineer Podcast. In today's segment, I'm bringing you some words for the week, written by Alexander Shalom Joseph throughout the month of August 2025. If you want to subscribe to local news from Peak to Peak, be sure to head to the mtnear.com and click on the subscribe button in the top right corner of our homepage. From there, you'll get full access to our digital archives and scanned copies of our physical newspaper, and you can choose to send a physical subscription to your mailbox or to the mailbox of someone that you love. Before we get into the poetry, here's our top story today, brought to you by Brittany Wagner.
Our top story today comes from Mindy Leary. DUI checkpoint stops impaired drivers. A DUI checkpoint held Friday night, August 15th at the Z-Stop gas station on Highway 6 in Clear Creek Canyon brought together Colorado State Patrol, Black Hawk Police, and the Gilpin County Sheriff's Office. From 8 p.m. to 1 a.m., every car entering the line was briefly screened, with troopers looking for signs of impairment before waving drivers through or moving them aside for further testing. Public Information Officer Sherry Mendez said the timing was deliberate. We're trying to get the chief's message out there that we do not want impairment out there, so this is why we're doing it, she explained. You can read the full story in this week's Mountaineer or at themountaineer.com.
And now, some words for the week. Thursday, August 7th, 2025. We planted columbines in the high alpine dirt of my mother's garden 8 years ago. Now there is a grouping with blue outer petals with a white center. There's also a grouping with yellow outer petals and white insides. They grow well, sprouting in July when the plains gardens are long since bloomed. And this year, amidst the growth of the established colors, there is a new one that has emerged, a new hue of columbine, blue at the edges, yellow in the center, a species specific to this backyard garden, a small miracle of adaptation. How wonderful that the progress of nature is always so beautiful. How sad that ours is the opposite. August 14th. The news is hell, and so too is work and all else that it takes for us to survive another day. But miraculously, we have the afternoon off, and so we plan a hike up in the high peaks. We park the car and wander through the woods. The river is rushing, the sky warm and blue. The wildflowers every color, the lake at the trail's end a masterpiece, and all else falls away. There in the lakeside breeze all the wars and worries fade. There is just this now, and it is always here, waiting to be gazed upon at the end of so many dirt roads, when the horror of today grows too much. Seek it out. Find these places where nature still reigns, and breathe it in while it still lasts, while we still have breaths left to take. August 21st. If the 4 billion years that make up this planet's life were imagined as a 24-hour span, and humans were juxtaposed on this projected span of time, after all of our 200,000 years alive, would exist for only a mere 3 seconds. In this day-long lifespan of the Earth, 3 seconds is barely anything at all. It has taken more than 3 seconds for you to read up to this point in the poem. We are just a blip in the scope of this massive spinning thing. Our individual lives just a blip on a blip. Yet in those 3 relative seconds, we have destroyed so much. We've massacred the other proto-humans, made extinct the mammoth, the saber-tooth, the giant sloth. We've warred with and ruined as many civilizations as we've built. We've spent our time building weapons that grow only more sinister and destructive with time. Weapons strong enough to blow this planet into space-flung gravel 1,000 times over. We've made a system of living that has bludgeoned this once flourishing world of wide rivers and green mountains into stretches of concrete and microplastic rain. We often wonder what our purpose here is, but if you look at all we have done in our splinter of a history, there is no question at all. August 28th. Maybe it's true that we come into the world and leave it alone. But maybe in this loneliness we are not yet formed. Maybe the only time we are truly alive is when we are not alone. Maybe it's only in the eyes and hearts of others that we ever really exist at all. If this is the case, then together, you and I were alive, if only for a little while. We were living, and sometimes it was sweet. Thank you for that. Thank you for watching the dawn and sitting beside me as the world grew bright. Maybe that's all that living ever was meant to be. Just the passing of lonely souls and the moments of gold when they briefly collide. This has been Some Words for the Week. Thank you for tuning in. Again, if you want to support local news from peak to peak, be sure to head to the mtnear.com and click on the subscribe button in the top right corner of our homepage. If you're interested in being involved in the newspaper and or the podcast, be sure to email info@themountaineer.com to contact our editor-in-chief, Barbara Hardt. You can also email media@themountaineer.com to contact myself, or frontdesk@themountaineer.com to contact our advertising department. Be sure to head to the mtnear.com/advertise to learn about our advertising packages. If you want to share this episode or others around with whoever you see fit, be sure to head to the mtnear.com and scroll near to the bottom of the home page, or head to our podcast's main hub at the mtnearpodcast.buzzsprout.com to see a full archive of all of our episodes. I'll see you guys for the next episode. Have a great rest of your day.
And that's it for our show. Subscribe online to get more access to more news, weekly updates to our community calendar, and a link to our YouTube channel by visiting themountaineer.com. Be sure to use the coupon code PODCAST when subscribing for a 10% discount, only available to our listeners. If you are in the local peak-to-peak area, be sure to pick up a print edition of The Mountaineer at a local business. I'm Dango Rose. Thank you for listening.